To work out this equation, steps to divide when there's a coefficient. How does this apply to real life? This is like when you go to the deli and you place your order. So I go to the deli, I want a bag of chips, and then the next person behind me gets a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. It's two different orders, but we're standing right next to each other. So this 12 over 6 is the first order, and the x over 4 and the x and 2, that's the person ordering the bacon, egg, and cheese. So they're separate, but they're right next to each other. And we're going to work on it. As you can see, I just highlighted the 12 divided by 6 because it's its own answer. I just kind of separate it from everything. You put that in your calculator, get 2. Those are the coefficients. We got that taken care of. Now we're down to dividing the variables together. Okay, what is the variables? Oh, they're going to be highlighted in blue so that you can see. All right, now I got that variables dragged down. When you're dividing exponents, it's basically like subtracting, as you can see. When you have exponents, it's taking the same number and you're multiplying it over and over and over. So that's how come you're able to divide or subtract 4 minus 2, because what's left, that's the exponents. It's all the same number repeating. So this is just a shortcut. If this is confusing, please do the long way. So you can see that everything's color coded. If you have to use different colors while solving this, I highly recommend it. When you use the same colors, they camouflage. So just find a way or a technique to separate everything so it's not confusing. All right, let's do example number 2. Let's highlight the coefficients. Do we know what they are? If you don't know, we're going to highlight that in green. And when we find the coefficients in the problem, we're going to highlight that in green. There we go. Just those simple numbers. Those are our coefficients. All right. -8 divided by 2. You can put that in your calculator and work that out. The variables. What are the variables in this question? Well, we're going to highlight those variables in blue. There you go. You'll notice that they both have the same letter, B. So they belong together. So as you notice, there's nothing there. So usually when we circle our exponent, if there's nothing there, that blank space represents a 1. I'm just using that same red number for consistency, being that I used red at the bottom before. Just to make the problem easier to see. Now remember, the answer isn't 3 minus 1 equals 2. So you're not going to take 2 and make that as an answer. You have to include that exponent, which is that b. That 2 is letting you know the exponent that you have to put at the top of the b. Now basically what I'm doing is a shortcut. I'm not doing the long way where I'm taking each b. So if I say b to the third, if I would do it the long way, I would write b divided by, and you just have that one b on the bottom. So if there's a b on the top, b on the bottom, you cancel them out. The only thing that's left are the two b's on the top. So that's what you would see if you're doing it the long way. This is a shortcut. If you don't understand a shortcut, don't do this method. Do the long way if that's what you understand. If you fully understand the long way and you can visualize what's going on, then feel comfortable to use a shortcut. But if you don't understand the long way, don't use shortcuts. These problems they're long. Take your time. If you go fast, probably going to make a mistake. Just respect the math. Take your time. On to example number 3. Okay, you can start seeing the pattern. The thing with math, is that with these steps, they don't change. You're not going to wake up on a Monday morning and all of a sudden the rules are different for solving these problems. It stays the same. Doesn't matter what number is there, the order of operations when solving these problems always have the same steps. Just like a game of soccer, the rules of playing soccer are the same, the players change, but the rules stay the same. Okay, now we find our variables. Where are our variables? Those variables are those letters which could represent anything, any kind of number or anything. That's why it's called a variable. Once you're separating everything, that's pretty straightforward. There's a lot of basic things going on here. So that's why there's not too much to talk about. Everything is pretty self explanatory. What you see is what you get. This is basically all you have to do. You're seeing how the numbers move around, and that's basically it. Use your order of operations, use your steps, use your tools, do everything the right way. Trust the process, you'll end up with the answer. All right, have a good one.